By far the most interesting thing that happened this week was the arrival of the Glossy Ibises, exotic birds from southern Europe and North Africa. I didn't think I was going to see any because most of them were in the Midlands, but there were 3 here in Wicklow, and they were down on the East Coast Nature Reserve. And when it was nice and sunny and bright this morning, I actually managed to get down and see them. The video I took of them was a bit wobbly. I had to photograph them and video them through some bushes at first. Then they walked over to a farm gate and they just stood in front of everybody. And there were loads of people down there photographing them. And you could hear the cameras clicking non-stop. It was really exciting. And then they just walked over to a farm gate in front of everybody and just looked at everyone. And then kind of just went grazing around, sticking their long beaks into the soil to try and catch worms and other creatures, because it's very boggy and marshy down there at the moment. I'm not exactly sure what they're eating. And then they just trotted on off. They didn't get upset or anything. Not like a curlew or something like that, which is very similar but smaller. Curlews would be very wary, wouldn't come near people. And they were putting on an amazing show for everybody. Footage was a bit wobbly. And here you can actually see the ibises. At this point I was trying to video them through a hedgerow and there were lots of people with me. We didn't want to disturb them, but I had been told by at least one other naturalist that they weren't afraid of people at all and would walk right up to you. So people didn't need to be as wary as they were. And you can see they're probing the ground here and they're looking for something. And look at all the people that are actually photographing them, and you can hear cameras going off, clicking non-stop. And the ibises are just walking along calmly and they don't mind the people. They could actually see us at one stage. One of them stopped to watch and then just went back to foraging. I'm not exactly sure what they're eating. I think it's probably earthworms, but it's possible that it's beetle grubs, or it might also be caterpillars, because there are lots of caterpillars that are around all year and they're in the grasslands. And you can see they're foraging in a very strategic manner. And as you can see, the footage is actually very wobbly, and but at the same time it was really worthwhile and it was very exciting to see them. And I think they could be moving into Ireland permanently. I think this is the first time they were ever recorded in Ireland. So if you want to actually see something very exotic, very different, then go down to the East Coast Nature Reserve and look at the Glossy Ibises. And they're related to the sacred ibis, which was it was a bird which was sacred to the ancient Egyptians, and they used to mummify them. But I think they also mummified Glossy Ibises. It's a really exciting start to the year.